So here's the thing, when it comes to 100%ing a video game, I personally am very much up for it, but also I'm just not that good at doing it. But luckily, I need not feel alone in this respect, because there are some video games out there that are, well, for all intents and purposes, rather impossible to platinum. So let's take a look at them. As I'm Jules, this is WhatCulture.com, and these are 10 impossible platinum trophies nobody unlocked. Number 10, Necromaster, Crypt of the Necro Dancer. Now this nefarious title has been bamboozling trophy hunters for years now, because it was released back in 2015, and yet despite approaching nearly a decade of existence, very few players have truly mastered it, as evidenced by the fact that there is just a 0.06% of people that have earned the coveted Necromaster trophy. So what are the requirements to platinum this groovy rhythm action title? Well, not only are there individual trophies for completing all zones mode with each character, but also Cadence must win Deathless mode 10 times in a row for the Undeadly trophy, and the Speed Demon trophy requires Cadence to complete all zones mode by herself in just 15 minutes. Meanwhile, the Amplified DLC offers up its own crop of 13 trophies, none of which have currently got a completion rate higher than 9.97% amongst PSN profile users, making this a notoriously tricky title with one of the hardest platinum trophies to ever obtain. Number 9, the SKATEWIZARD, Ollie Ollie World. Ollie Ollie World is perhaps one of the ultimate examples of easy to pick up, hard to master. This classic series hooked the entire world with its simple controls, simpler skateboarding concept, and charming visuals. But beneath its appealing exterior, however, is a surprisingly hardcore experience. You see, Ollie Ollie World, as the name suggests, is a large and content-rich experience, rather more so than the titles that preceded it. And while completing the base game was a fairly smooth ride, approaching this title as a completionist, well, it's another matter entirely. You see, just 0.158% of players have achieved the elusive The SKATEWIZARD Platinum Trophy, distinguishing themselves as true skate wizards in the process. In order to pick this one up, amongst other things, you'll need to fully complete all masteries, which just 2.14% of players have managed to do, achieve 100 perfect manuals, and complete every single side quest, not to mention achieve a combo that exceeds 1 million points. All of this and much more are actually just the beginning, as the DLC Trophy Pack 1 and 2 are also available. Though not necessary for the Platinum Trophy, they require some pretty impressive feats indeed. Beat every level, challenge local heroes, score and collect every customization in Void Riders. In short, no thanks. Number 8, Overwatch Platinum Trophy, Overwatch 2. Now, Overwatch, for many fans, is the original and therefore best team hero shooter. The first title has been doing the rounds since 2016, and while almost a decade old now, it is iconic. So much so that it's become the stuff of legends, both good and bad. It's more than conceivable for regular fans to have racked up several thousands of matches played, and innumerable unique time-limited skins that they've earned along the way. Even as Overwatch 2's sparringly new veneer was pasted over the game's original facade, and a new generation of players joined the fray, it's also likely that many Overwatch trophy lists remain pretty woefully incomplete. You see, just 0.54% of players have achieved platinum status, and you know what, it isn't difficult to see why. For the Overwatch Platinum Trophy, you'll need to complete all manner of character-specific feats, many of which are RNG heavy, needlessly frustrating, or both. Get 3 solo kills with a single clip of Reaper's shotguns, 3 killing blows with a single use of Hanzo's storm arrows, a scoped airborne killer's Widowmaker. Those who are unaccustomed with individual characters will find these sorts of trophies an utter nightmare. And then there are the mode-based trophies, such as capture both objectives on a game of assault without dying, which is, well, very difficult indeed. Number 7, All Done, Neon White. Chaotic action title Neon White, like a whole lot of other games, offers some rather harmless trophies that could easily lull players into a false sense of security. There's a trophy on offer for just completing each of the 12 main missions, but you know what? Only 30% of registered players have got that 12th mission trophy. So maybe that's still something of a challenge to some, but nothing too extraordinary. But the other half or so of the game's trophies, where they ramp up the pressure considerably. Less than 5% of PS5 players, for instance, have managed to complete both the Heaven and Hell rushes presented by White, and there are 4 more sets of them for other characters, and all the players will also need all the gifts, all the ace medals, and complete all the relationships with all possible characters, amongst other special challenges and boss levels, in order to achieve the elusive All Done trophy, which when you look at things might as well read, "Nah, I'm done" trophy. Number 6, Master Marsupial, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Oh no. Just look at this, it's 106% that you need for the true ending of this game, and you need every single platinum flashback relic and every regular platinum relic on the speedrun, and the inverted levels, and and all the gems. And you have to play each level like 6 or 7 times, and that's if you do it perfectly. Number 5, major winner, Cursed to Golf. Now, Cursed to Golf is one of those titles that many players will probably underestimate. With its charming pixel graphics and spooky, cute vibe, it may look like a lot of fun. But thanks to some devious level design, however, this physics-based golf title with its limited shots and infuriating angles is quite the steep challenge indeed. It's not necessarily a long title, but the time spent getting some of those trickier shots may stretch into hours, days, or weeks. And going for the Platinum Trophy major winner, well, that is a new ordeal entirely. Just 9.71% of players have achieved this mighty feat. And this is rather unsurprising when 50 gold idols need to be dealt with, a hole-in-one needs to be scored, the tricky challenges of the Forgotten, the Explorer and more need to be conquered, and just so many other mini-challenges as well. Not to mention surviving for a full 18 holes, which is a matter of pixel-perfect patience that many players just simply weren't up to. Number 4, Brimstone Agent, BLOODRAYNE Betrayal, Fresh Bites. A remastering of beautiful yet gory 2D hack-and-slash BLOODRAYNE Betrayal, Fresh Bites does nothing to change the 2 fundamental truths of the original. It's outrageously difficult and chaotic in places, and it boasts some rather pesky collectibles that can be quite taxing to find. To achieve the elusive Brimstone Agent Platinum Trophy, you'll need to excel at both fighting and finding. Only 2.4% of players have managed to nab every single ancient vampire skull, and that's only the beginning of the requirements for this. Other necessary trophies include Miss Perfect, a no-damage run-through a level that just under 10% of players have accomplished, Collateral, scoring 250 kills using the environment, and Walking on Air, and that's bounced from foe to foe 50 times without hitting the floor. The very fact that only 8.4% of players have managed to finish the game at all probably tells you all you need to know about what awaits you here. Number 3, Viking Legend, Assassin's Creed VALHALLA. Now, if the Assassin's Creed titles have developed a reputation for anything, it's for being completely chock full of content. Around the time of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, the title's world became huge open affairs offering up an enormous amount of range for collectibles. Each new island, town, settlement, or other enclosed area became a parkour playground, tasking players with a plethora of collectibles. Assassin's Creed VALHALLA is perhaps the largest and most involved title in the series to date, and for trophy hunters, this means an awful lot of time-consuming exploration and busy work. Completing every single territory in the game represents a considerable time sink, and that's just the requirement for one trophy. Elsewhere, you'll be catching one of every fish, maxing out the level of your settlement, finding each of the video fragments, and all that results in just over 18% of players who have had the patience to do all of this and so much more in order to obtain the Platinum Trophy. On top of that, the game's numerous DLC packages offer up some rather more challenging trophies of their own, and these don't count towards the main game's Platinum Trophy, and when you consider feats like nabbing all the gold medals in mastery challenges, you'll be glad they don't. Number 2, Into Eternity, Deathloop. Now, Deathloop was one of the most intriguing titles presented during the advent of the PlayStation 5. You see, first-person shooters can often be rather brutal, grim, and serious, and while Deathloop certainly gets all kinds of violent, it's something more than that as well. With its parkour, gravity-defying action, and engrossing time loop mechanics, it's a new experience for a new generation of PlayStation consoles. Now, as the title suggests, gameplay revolves around pursuing your many foes, dying, then returning again, armed with the knowledge of previous attempts. In that way, it's rather akin to a roguelike, and it shares something else in common with that ever-popular genre, and that is its crushing difficulty, particularly when aiming for its Platinum Trophy. For the Clean-ish Hands trophy, players have just one loop to kill every visionary, but not any of the Eternalists. It's a tall order that only 17% of players have actually managed to achieve, and a similar proportion have managed to die every possible way as Cult for the Spice of Life trophy. The trophy list also requires players to kill every visionary on a map without a gun, and again with an entirely blank loadout, and so many other mad feats. All of this boils down to just 16% of players who have platinumed this game. And number 1, Ethan Winter's Resident Evil Village. In the post-Resident Evil Revelations era, the storied franchise has done much to recover from the darker and, let's just face it, sillier days. Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village in particular are effective and atmospheric survival horror experiences, the likes of which we seemed unlikely to enjoy again after the boulder-punching low points. Now, Village is also distinctly difficult. Those pursuing the Platinum Trophy should know that completion of the campaign in Village of Shadows mode is needed, a very different and very challenging difficulty indeed. Prevail there, and you'll also need an S rank on every The Mercenary stage as well. Then there's also the Knives Out trophy, which is awarded for completing the game using only melee weaponry. Every file must be read, every item crafted, and every goat of warding dealt with as well, and that's alongside some other tricky trophies. Now, Village is a hefty title indeed, and trying to achieve this will show you just how much it is, because only 16.42% of players have managed to best this beast thus far. And there we go, my friends. Those were 10 impossible platinum trophies that nobody unlocked. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments section, as well as whether you've completed any of these games to 100%. And if you have, well, here is a smattering of applause for you. Well done. But if you want to chat to me in the meantime, you can go over to the social medias where I'm at RetroJ, but the O is a 0 on both Twitter and Instagram. Hope to see you over there, my friends. But before I go, I just want to say one thing. I hope you're treating yourself well with love and respect, because you deserve all the bloody best things in life, all right? And do not let anything or anyone else tell you otherwise. You are a massive sledge and you deserve the bloody best. As always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome. Never forget that. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye.